sidebottom here, actually. Now, what have golf balls and hippopotamuses got in common? You don't know, do you? Well, I'm going to tell you right now with this fantastic tale. Thank you. Now, you see, I've got this business, right? Obviously only part-time because of my show business commitments. Now, what I do is, once a week, I go down to Timperley Golf Course, and I go in the long grass there, and I look for golf balls. Because I don't know if you've ever seen that game, golf. They have like a big bag with wheels on it, and sticks with a big end, and they knock these golf balls into holes about the size of, an orange, actually, and I don't mean cordial. But they're not very good, these golfers, because they don't always get them in the hole. Sometimes they go into the long grass, and they don't bother looking for them, they just get a brand new one out. Now, this is where I come in, you see, because I go looking in the long grass for the lost golf balls. And then I nip down to the clubhouse where the golfers live, that's when they're not playing golf or going home, and I sell them back to them at a special, reduced rate. Now, this sort of job, by the way, is ideal for anybody, because you don't need to pass any O-levels or tests or anything, and it can make you a millionaire, i.e., a brand new golf ball costs about £1. Now, I sell them back to the golfers for 5p, right? So all I have to do is sell 20 million golf balls, and I'll be a millionaire! Brilliant, eh? So anyway, I'm down on Timperley Golf Course, right, looking in the long grass for the balls, when suddenly I hear a noise behind me, a sort of... And I immediately think to myself, blimey, somebody's trying to muscle in on my golf ball millionaire racket here. Anyway, I span round, right, but there was nobody there. And then I hear it again. And I think to myself, either that is a very big frog, or else a little frog with a big amplifier and microphone. Then out at the corner of my eye, I see something moving in the long grass, and I shout, "Halt! Who goes there?" And whoever it is, right, they just stand perfectly still. And then I see 2 very big eyes. And then I see a very big green nose. And then I see a very big mouth with a gigantic pink tongue inside with a load of golf balls on it. And I think to myself, blimey, it's a giant golf ball eating frog. Probably from outer space. Anyway, it wasn't. It was just one of them hippopotamuses. Have you seen them? They've got like 4 legs and they do a lot of swimming. Anyway, this one was disturbing my business by eating all my stock. "Hey, you," I shouted, "leave off my golf balls, you cheeky young scamp." But he just carried on chewing them. Why don't you go back to wherever you live, actually? Scotland, South America, or the North Pole, or wherever it is you come from. Then I suddenly realised, how did a hippopotamus end up on Timperley Golf Course? I mean, it couldn't have flown because they don't have wings, do they? Or they don't even have pockets for keeping money in to buy aeroplane tickets. And even if they won the tickets in a special competition just for hippopotamuses, then they're so big and fat that the aeroplane wouldn't even be able to take off the ground, would it? I was convinced this was no ordinary hippopotamus. It must therefore come from another world. A far distant galaxy where hippopotamuses eat golf balls and go... Now, don't get me wrong, I'm not a sensation seeker, but here was my chance for me to get on John Craven's news round on the front cover of Luke In and win a Blue Peter badge all in one go. So this hippopotamus was now officially mine, i.e. finders keepers of hippopotami, and possession of hippopotami is 9/10 of the law. Brilliant, eh? Now, if you're going to keep one of them hippopotamuses, there are 3 golden rules that you must remember. And number 1 is, always give your hippopotamus a fantastic name. So without more ado, Des and myself set off in the direction of our house. And we were just on our way round the corner of our street when we met Roger. Now, Roger is the boy who lives next door to me, and he's one of my best friends, as well as Paul McCartney, that is, and he's also in my gang. Roger, that is, not Paul McCartney. But if you're listening to this, Paul, you're quite welcome to join me, gang. We meet every night after tea in the shed. And don't forget to bring your 10p subs, right? And the 10p is payable by everyone in my gang. So don't think we want you in the gang, Paul, just for your money. And anyway, the money goes on lemonade and twiglets for my gang nosh. So you get it back in a way. Except for little Frank, that is. He's my ventriloquist puppet, and he has to sit and watch us eat, because he can't eat because he's made of cardboard. Brilliant, eh? Anyway, as I say, we just met Roger. "That's a funny-looking dog you've got there, Frank," said Roger. "Oh, well, you would think that, wouldn't you? Because you're only 7 years old, and it would take a man of the world, actually, like myself, to know what it really was. And anyway, why aren't you at school?" "Oh, I'm on my dinner break, actually, Frank. So go on, tell us, what is it?" "Well, actually, Roger, it's a giant golf ball eating hippopotamus called Des from outer space." "Oh, and where did you get it from then, Frank?" "Well, you see, Roger, I've got this business, right, which involves going in the long grass on Timpley Golf Course and looking... Hey, oh, did you say dinner time? Blimey, if I'm not back in time for my dinner, my mum will go up the wall and across the ceiling." And with that, I dashed off with Des at about 1,000 miles an hour, when suddenly I stopped. Because I'd remembered the second most important golden rule that you must remember when keeping a hippopotamus, which is never, under any circumstances, let your mum know you got a hippopotamus, especially if it's from outer space. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying you should deceive your mum, but it's just that you know what mums are like. Who's going to take it for a walk? Who's going to clean it out? Who's going to feed it when we're on holiday? You know what mums are like. I mean, obviously, I'll have to let her know sometime. She'll probably see me anyway on News at 10 with Des. But obviously, we'll have to pre-record that because I go to bed at 9 o'clock. So, I tie Des up to the lamppost, right, outside next door but once, and in to the house I go. "Hello, Mum. I'm sorry I'm late for my dinner, but to tell you the truth, Mum, I've been helping the FBI police, right, catch a spy, and I had to go down to the police station to help them put the handcuffs on him. That's right, Mum." But it was all right because she wasn't in, right. She just pinned this note to the wall, which said, "Dear Francis." Oh, I do wish you wouldn't call me that. "Dear Francis, your dinner is on the kitchen table. When you've eaten it, please finish tidying your bedroom. Yours, Mum." Oh, blimey. She's been up to my bedroom, so I ran upstairs as fast as I could go, right, to make sure she's not found her hairdryer, which I've just modified, actually, to help me win next week's blow football final. I mean, I'll put it back as it was, but only when I've got the cup on my mantelpiece. Panic over. The hairdryer was still hidden undiscovered behind my wardrobe, and I was just admiring the craftsmanship on the hairdryer when... Oh, crikey, it must be a gang of international terrorists smashing up our kitchen. They're probably looking for my mum's secret recipe for toning the old to give the Western world a tummy bug. Only joking. My mum makes fantastic toning the old, actually. Anyway, I got down into the kitchen just in time to see Des wolfing down the last of my cauliflower. Brilliant! And he ate cauliflower. But what was all that broken wood under, Des? Oh, japers. He'd climbed up on the kitchen table, right, and he'd crunched it to splinters. I'm for the high jump now. And look at those muddy feet marks. I'm in big trouble. I didn't realise just how muddy it was down in the long grass today. So, bath, I said to Des, pointing upstairs, and I'll clean all this up later. And off we went to the bathroom. Well, I had my doubts, right, but the way Des ate that shampoo, bottle and all, was living proof that he was from outer space. I was going to be more famous than Prince Charles, Bob Geldof, and Captain Kirk put together. Now, I'd just gone into my mum's bedroom, right, to borrow a big bedsheet to dry Des off, as he'd swallowed the towel as well, when, oh no, it's me mum! I caught a glimpse of her opening the garden gate, so I ran downstairs as fast as I could, and I put the bolt on, and I got in the kitchen to clean up all the broken wood, and I could hear me mum twisting and turning the key and bumping the door trying to get in. Who is it? I shouted, picking up the bits of kitchen table and hiding them in the fridge. Francis, open this door at once, my mum shouted. Not until I know who it is, mum, I answered as I mopped the mud off the floor. It's your mum. Now open this door at once. Have you got any identification, please, mum? I'll give you identification when I get in there. What are you up to, Francis Sidebottom? Oh, you could be a burglar pretending to be me mum for all I know. And you said never let anyone in until you know exactly who it is. Brilliant. Got her. She couldn't answer that, could she? So, mum, what have you got to say to that then, eh, mum? 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 Oh, blimey. She's going round the back. So quick as a flash, I'm upstairs, and I heard Des into my bedroom. Where can I hide him? He can't go under the bed because there's all the bits of broken lawnmower there. Oh, I know. I'll put him in the wardrobe. Well, have you ever tried to get a hippopotamus in a wardrobe? I pushed, and I pushed. Oh, no, I can hear my mum opening the back door. I kept pushing, and I pushed. Frank, where's my kitchen table? Oh, blimey, I thought I was still pushing. To tell the truth, mum, it looked a bit that it needed modernising, actually. Oh, that's right, the man from Timperley Table Company called, and he said we'd been selected from thousands to have our kitchen table modernised. Absolutely for free, mum. Fantastic, eh? Brilliant. She's fallen for it. And with a great big cruncher, Des went into the wardrobe. Eh? That's funny, I thought. Hippos don't go cruncher, do they? Oh, no! 5 years of work on my radio control Thunderbird 2 model with a detached pod, and Des had just sat on it. Which, incidentally, is rule number 3. Never put a hippopotamus in a wardrobe until you've taken out your Thunderbird 2 model first. Frank, came a shout. Yes, mum. What's all this wood in our fridge? Oh, what wood's that then, mum? Our fridge, Frank, it's full of wood. Wood? Did you say wood, mum? Frank, what's all this wood doing in our fridge? Oh, no messing this time. Oh, that wood. You know, I wasn't quite sure which wood you meant, mum. Francis Sidebottom, I'm just nipping next door to Mrs. Gregory's, and when I get back, I want all this wood out of the fridge and my kitchen table back where it belongs, and I want it all laid out, ready for tea. Do I make myself clear? Yes, mum. Now, transferring the wood out of the fridge and into the oven was dead easy. But where was I going to get a new kitchen table from? And how on earth am I going to get Des down to the TV studios without my mum catching me? Well, they don't call me Brain of Britain for nothing, you know. In fact, they don't call me Brain of Britain at all, actually, which is odd, because I just had the most brilliant brainwave ever. Now, getting Des out of the wardrobe was even harder than getting him in, and the fact he'd got my best suit on didn't help, and he'd ripped it at all the seams, but I was too busy to notice because I was hatching out my master plan. Now, I got Des into the kitchen, and I told him to stand as still as possible, and then I covered him with my mum's biggest tablecloth, and one brand new kitchen table! Now, I'd just finished balancing the plates and forks on it, etc., when in walks me mum. Oh, what's happened to my kitchen table, Frank? She said, looking at it in total disbelief. It's a bit lumpy, isn't it? She said, shaking her head. Oh, yes, I know, mum. That's exactly what I said to the man from Timperley Table Company when he brought it me back. But he assured me that they're all arranged now, to tell the truth, mum. In fact, he said the Queen herself had just ordered one. 2, I mean, actually. One for herself, for her kitchen, and the other one as a present, actually, for Paul McCartney, because she's a very big fan of his, and she's bought all his records twice, one to play and one to keep in mint condition, because they have these Beatles memorabilia sales, right, at Sotheby's, and if you've got them in, shut up and eat your tea. And with that, my mum placed a bowl of vegetable soup in front of me, and we pulled our chair up, and it was my turn to say grace. For what the Lord has brought from the supermarket for us tonight, may we be truly grateful. Thank you very much, God. Amen. And with that, we both picked our spoons up, and we dipped them into the soup, and we just raised them up to our mouths when... Oh, did you hear that, Frank? What was that, mum? That sort of, wow. The table just did it then. Oh, you mean that, Oh, that's a special warning, Mum. Special warning about what, Frank? Oh, Mum, don't you read the papers? All modern tables have that built into them now, to tell the truth. Well, what does this warning mean then, Frank? Well, to tell the truth, it's actually a warning about danger, Mum. Oh, what sort of danger, Frank? Well, it's a sort of danger warning that if something... blimey! The one exploded out of the oven and Des was off. And my mum, she couldn't believe her eyes. Oh, isn't it marvellous what they're building to tables these days, Mum, I says as I ran after Des. It's a sort of special device, Mum, to save food in case of explosion. A walk-in table. What a brilliant idea. Well, I managed to catch Des about 4 blocks from our house, right? And where my mum's tablecloth was, I don't know. And I was just wondering what to do when, oh blimey, a police car came round the corner. You probably get solitary confinement for life with no sweets, no television or comics for hippopotamus rustling. Oh, it was Constable Chicocky, our local Timperley Bobby. Hello, Frank. What on earth have you got there? He asked, looking at Des, who was still dressed in my best suit. Well, to tell the truth, officer, but before I could answer, he said, well done, Frank. That hippo has been on the loose since early this morning when it escaped from a travelling circus. I suppose you'll be after the reward money. Reward money? Yes, officer, I will. To tell the truth, I was just on my way to the police station with Des. I mean, this wild, dangerous hippopotamus. Well, I was quite sad, really, and I think Des was too, as the 2 men from the circus drove him off in a cage on the back of their lorry. But at least I had 50 quid as compensation reward money, which means I could buy my mum a brand new kitchen table, new tablecloth, shampoo, and a bedsheet as well, and get my suit mended, and my Thunderbird 2 remote control model with detachable pod, and still have £5 left. So, the cold, hard facts of business are, you only need to find about 1,000 hippopotamuses to become a millionaire instead of 20 zillion billion golf balls. So if you're thinking of setting up in business, I suggest you go for hippopotamuses. But don't forget, number 1, always give your hippopotamus a fantastic name. Number 2, never, under any circumstances, let your mum know you've got a hippopotamus. And number 3, never put a hippopotamus in the wardrobe until you've taken your Thunderbird 2 model out first. Do that and you can't fail. Thank you. Well, that's a fantastic tale. Hurry to with me fabulous pen. Oh, I think you will all agree that I tell a fantastic story. There's more for you on Fantastic Side 2 with Frank's Fantastic Tales. You know there is, there really is. Thank you.
Oh, don't be turning the tape over yet, Big Frank.
Why? What's up?
Have a look. There's about 5 minutes worth of tape left.
Let's have a look. Oh, yes, you're right, little Frank, actually. Well, what we're going to do to fill it up, because we can't sell blank tape, because we'll get done then, won't we, for trades descriptions or something, won't we? So what should we do?
How's about I tell one of those fantastic tales?
Oh, don't be stupid. You can't tell fantastic tales, because you're puppet, aren't you, so you can't tell them.
Oh, yes, I can. Let me have a go.
Oh, all right, then. Just to fill up, then, have one go. And if it's rubbish, I'm stopping you, right?
All right. Right, my tale is starting, once upon a time that, I'm in the story. And, what happened is, I'm in some, grass, but it's medium grass, not very long actually, and I'm walking in it, and I'm looking for things to start a new business actually, and then I hear a noise behind me. It's sort of, and I think, it's probably it's probably a giraffe called Derek from another planet where giraffes go.
Hey, this is sounding a bit like my story, little Frank. Are you sure you've not pinched it?
Oh no, it's different, because listen, what happened, right? I went home and to my house. Well, I haven't got a house or a mum because I'm a puppet, so it was alright, so I didn't have to fib to my mum like anybody else might if they were doing something like that.
Are you sure this is not pinched from anything else you've heard recently?
Oh no, it's a new story because it's got a fantastic end. What happens is I've got in the wardrobe with a giraffe, and I've got his new clothes on, and just then police car comes into the wardrobe, and we've been moving some stuff from out of a microwave into something else in a cupboard in the kitchen. Then nobody says, what's all this stuff doing in our cupboard, little Frank? And then I say, what stuff's that? You know, I wasn't quite sure which stuff you meant on which cupboard, actually.
Hey! You're pinching this off me! This better get original or you've had it right.
Oh yes, it does get original now, because just then Linda McCartney...
Hey! Watch it, you, because that's on side 2. If you do the stories on side 2, you're in deep trouble, deeper than deepest ocean, right?
Oh yes, no, I wasn't doing side 2, because I've not heard that.
Oh, haven't you? All right.
No, I was just saying that Linda McCartney comes in and says to me, oh, well done, little Frank. I suppose you'll want a lot of reward money, will you? Exactly what I was saying, I said to Linda McCartney. And then actually something really fantastic happened. The story ended.
Yes, really fantastic, the story. Hey, the story ended just there, like, hey, little Frank, that's not a fantastic tale, because I've seen more fantastic tales than that on goldfish, actually, to tell the truth. In fact, the bigger the goldfish, the bigger the tail. And the one that I told was as big as a shark, so that's probably scaring you. So just watch it, and unless you sing proper end, jingle and all, then it's not finished, right?
I was just going to do that, actually.
All right, go ahead then.
1, 2, 3. Oh, that's a fantastic tale.
Bobbins, you mean?
No, but I didn't write it with a pen, because I'm a cardboard puppet, and I can't read alright, but I can tell a fantastic tale. Don't you agree, Big Frank?
No, I don't, actually. I think that was Bobbins. And now, it's intermission time. Thank you. Well, it had to happen, didn't it? Law of averages, you can't fight progress, can you? The tape is about to run out any second. But before you turn it over, I thought we'd have a fantastic intermission. So little Frank's going to come out into your home or your car or wherever you are listening to this and sell you some popcorn. And that way, I make a bit more money. Because up to now, I've earned about $1.75 off side 1, which is not too bad, really. But it's going to be even more fantastic on side 2, I hope. Right, are you ready, little Frank?
Oh, don't be so silly, Frank. How can I go round to everybody's house who's got the tape, because I don't even know where they live?
Oh, I'm only joking, you little Frank, because they could have one of them walking men radios on their head, couldn't they, listening down the street? So, hey, what do you think? Do you think it's going all right up to now?
Oh, no, I don't think it's very fantastic at all.
Of course it's fantastic. It's called Fantastic Tales.
But you don't have enough of me in it.
Oh, well, I can't have enough of you, because you make it bobbins, don't you? Anyway, I say it is fantastic.
It isn't.
It is fantastic. Everybody knows it is.
Oh, it is not fantastic.
Oh, yes, it is fantastic, actually.
It's not.
It is.
Not.
It is. It's not fantastic. Oh, yes, it is fantastic.
I think it's bobbins, actually.
Oh, don't be stupid. How can it be bobbins? It's the most fantastic thing I've ever done, because it's called Fantastic Tales.
It's rubbish.
It's not. It's fantastic with a capital Oh, blimey, we're back on. They've turned over. Oh, right. Well, thank you for joining me on side 2. I now declare this intermission over. Thank you. I said over, organist, when you switch off the organ. Thank you. Liverpool 1, Everton Liverpool 1, Aston Villas 2, Holiday Villas also 2, Crewe 7, Rochdale 2, Wolverhampton Wanderers 3, not on the coupon, Manchester Blue Shirts 3, Manchester Red Shirts 0. Yes. Timperley Big Shorts 17,000. Rest of the world -2. Brilliant. Oh, hello. I'm just checking my football pools actually to see if I've won £1 million this week. It's dead easy really. All you have to do is put little crosses in little boxes and they give you £1 million. What a fantastic job, listeners. Now I need just one more score draw and I've won the million jack in a pot. Here we go. Timperley Little Shorts 20. Bagley Baggy Shorts, 19. That's no good, that's blown it, that's this week's million down the plug hole. But don't feel sorry for me, because I did win £1 million once on the post. In fact, it happened like so. One Saturday afternoon, I was in my bedroom, right, watching my very own telly. I mean, I have to have my own telly because my mum watches Bobbins programmes like Young Doctors, Woman's Blouse World, Good Morning Britain at 1 and stuff like that. And I like to watch fantastic space and science fiction like UFO, Star Trek, Captain Scarlet and 321. Oh, and the football pools as well. I know that's not space and science fiction, but you can't check your pulls if you're watching Captain Scarlet, can you? Except, of course, if you're a puppet, because they have puppet pulls, don't they? In fact, my ventriloquist puppet, Little Frank, watches it, but he can't check off his coupon because he's got cardboard hands, and I won't do it for him. Brilliant, eh? Anyway, you can't win £1 million on puppet football pulls because puppets don't have shops to spend the loot in, do they? In fact, I gave Little Frank some pocket money once, and he didn't even spend it, and he hasn't even got a pocket to keep it in. See, I knocked that back off him. Brilliant, eh? Hey, hold on, see, I knocked that back off him. Oh, no, so I nicked it back off him, it should read. I can't read my own writing here, that wasn't very fantastic, was it? I have to improve as it goes along, or you'll be rewinding, won't you? Right, where was I? Oh, yes, remember, never nick money off anyone unless they're a puppet. Right, so I'm on my bed, right, ticking off the score draws. Well, not actually ticking them off on the bed, because my mum would go absolutely up the wall if I put ticks all over the bedclothes, wouldn't she? That's why they have those little paper coupons to tick off on to stop people getting into trouble with their mum writing on the beds. And anyway, you'd need a new bed every week, wouldn't you? And how would the postman get it through the letterbox? So, I started to tick off the results. Now, I can't remember exactly how the results went, but I think it went something like this, right? Are you ready? The Tottenham Hotspurs were 1 at the time, not at the end result, when Scotland were also end result 1, that's a draw, right? Southampton 1, Northampton 1, Littlehampton 1, and the Bighampton Somewheres 1 as well. Stockport were 1 when Brazil was 1 as well, that's a draw. Oh yes, Paul McCartney Showbiz 11 1, Linda McCartney 1 as well. Simply Big Shorts 100, Little Frank Puppet Team 0, because puppets can't move on the football field, can they? So you can score loads of goals past them. Brilliant. Crewe Alexanders was 1, and the Sheffield on Wednesday was 1. Oh, brilliant, loads of draws. Sheffield on Thursday was 1, and London 1. Oh, it's fever pitch here. I've got 7 draws and I only need 1 more, and I've won £1 million, and I'll be as rich as Prince Charles and Mrs. Charles as well. Here it comes. Hartlepool 1, yes. America 1, fantastic. I won £1 million. Well, I jumped off the bed, right, and I started to do an Indian war dance on the spot, and I sang a fantastic Indian pools winning chant, which I'd been writing just in case I ever won. Hoya moya moy, I've just won £1 million. Hoya moya moy, on pale-faced football pools. Oh yeah, thank you. Frank, what's all that stamping up there? Oh blimey, it's me mum. It's not me, Mum. It's a lunar module landing on my bedroom ceiling, to tell the truth, Mum. I think they've got lost on the way to Mars. I'll just give them new directions. So you do a U-turn, Captain Kirk, and you go past a big fantastic planet, and then there's a zebra crossing, and then you... Frank! Stop that stamping at once! You're interrupting Blinkety-Blonk on the telly. Oh, sorry, Mum. But I've just won £1 million, actually. £1 million, my best act. If you've won £1 million, then my name's Paul McCartney. Blimey! I never knew my mum's name was Paul McCartney. I always thought she was called Mrs. Sidebottom, or Frank's mum, but never Paul McCartney. Now that's going to be a bit confusing, isn't it? Because when I'm a millionaire, and the real Paul McCartney's one of my chums, and he's round at my house and I say, what's for tea, Paul McCartney? They won't know who I'm talking to, will they? And if I say, let's you and me write a fantastic #1 record, Paul McCartney, then I might have to end up writing it with my mum, which would be rubbish because my mum's songs are bobbins. And they wouldn't even make the top 5, let alone #1. No, this won't do, I thought to myself. I'll just have to give my mum a brand new name. Right then, Mrs. Macker, I'm off to collect me £1 million, and I won't be in for tea because I'm going round to Paul McCartney's, actually, for a chat about being millionaires. Well, I arrived at the Timpley Football Pools Company office, right, and when I got there I saw a big sign that said, prize winners this way. And I followed the arrows and I went into a big room and there was a lady sitting behind a desk. Hello, Mrs. Football Pools, my name's Frank Sidebottom, and I've come for me £1 million, thank you. Right, Mr. Sidebottom, and when did you send your football coupon in? What do you mean? I've just brought it in now, haven't I? What's the point in bringing it in before the results are read out? I mean, you don't even know what the results are, do you, I haven't got ESP, you know, so just give me £1 million and I'll be off, thank you. Oh, I'm sorry, Mr. Sidebottom, but you haven't sent in any other copy of the coupon, so you can't win. Oh, blimey! I always wondered what the other bit of the coupon was for. I used to give it little Frank for his puppet pulls, and he's not even grateful because he never fills it in. Well, what a letdown, eh? £1 million like that just down the drain in one of them flashes of smoke. I better phone Paul McCartney and tell him I won't be coming round after all. Oh, and then I remembered I couldn't even phone him because I hadn't even got his phone number. Well, I walked round Timpley dragging my heels. I'll never win another one of them £1 million, I thought to myself. Then suddenly, I had a fantastic idea. Get yourself one of them computers, Frank, because they win £1 million for you, don't they? Now, I don't know if you've seen them computers. They're like a fantastic box with flashing lights, and they talk like a robot, and they do the pulls. So I nipped down to Timpley Computer Shop to see Mr. Boffin, the proprietor. Mr. Boffin is very clever. In fact, I don't know if you've noticed, but everyone who has a computer is very clever. Although that can't be right, can it? Because if they were clever, then they wouldn't need a computer, would they? Hello, Mr. Boffin. One computer, please. Oh, certainly, Frank. That'll be £1,000, please. Blimey, that's a bit expensive, I thought. Oh, I know. Well, I haven't actually got the money right now, Mr. Boffin, but I'm expecting £1 million in a few days, so can I pay you then? No, you can't, you cheeky young scamp, so come back when you've got the money in your hand, and not before. Oh, flipping heck, who's rattled his cage? Anyway, I was dead fed up then, so I went home and I was sat on my bed, totally depressed. Oh, you look cheesed off, said little Frank, my ventriloquist puppy. Cheesed off! Cheesed off! You'd be cheesed off if you just lost £1 million, little Frank. Oh, no, I wouldn't, because puppets don't spend money, actually. Oh, shut up. I'm trying to think how to win another £1 million on the polls, actually. Well, why don't you use a computer, Frank? Don't you know how much a computer costs, Brainbox? They're 10,000 quid or something, that's how much. And where am I going to get that kind of money from, eh? Answer me that one, clever pants. Well, why not build your own computer, Frank? Brilliant! Well, I thought of that, actually, little clever Clive Sinclair. In fact, out of your box, because I'm going to need that, right, thank you. Because if you're going to build a computer, you need a good, sturdy box. Then I went under the bed, right, where I'd got all the bits of lawnmower, because I've been working on a brilliant robot, right? So I got the head out and stuck it on top of the box. Then inside the box I filled it with all mechanical things, because you need things like that to make a computer work, don't you? Bits of Meccano, my mum's hairdryer, the food mixer, that sort of stuff. All I need now is the Christmas tree lights to put on the outside, and I'll have a brilliant talking football pulse computer, just like the real ones they have in Star Trek. Right, let's see if it works. Hello, Frank. Oh, blimey, hello, computer. Do you read me, over? Of course I do read you, actually. What do you want, please? I want you to do them football polls for me, actually, and win £1 million next Saturday. Roger, over. Okay, no problem, Big Frank. Oh, thank you very much, computer. Over and up. Brilliant, eh? What a fantastic invention. In fact, I better make £1 million out of selling the computers to the people that make rockets, hovercrafts and Top of the Pops. So I could hardly wait for next Saturday. I was so excited. Well, the big day had arrived, and I was out by the garden shed actually finishing off my rocket because I'm building one out of dustbins. Because with me £1 million, I'll be able to stock up on yummy food like Twiglets and Lords and set off to discover strange new worlds and seek out new life and new civilizations. Because you can't go exploring on an empty stomach, as Buzz Aldrin once said. Or was it Yuri Geller now? Anyway, I thought I'd just put the final touch to the command module null space with this plastic funnel. Oh, blimey, I hope it doesn't burn up on re-entry. And then I'll go and program the computer to win £1 million. When suddenly... Frank! Oh, blimey, what does my mum want now? Yes, mum. What is it, please, mum? I'm trying to build a rocket here in the back garden. It's very important. I bet they don't have to put up with this at Cape Carnival and Cape Horn, do they? Frank, where are my fairy lights? I want them for the Christmas tree. Oh, no. I'd completely forgotten it was Christmas Eve and my mum was putting up the Christmas tree. Well, to tell the truth, mum, the man from Timperley Airport came round and he said he was borrowing everybody's fairy lights to light up a new bit of runway to look so pretty because the Queen, actually, and Bob Geldof are flying in. Francis Sidebottom, get those lights at once. Oh, but mum, they're on my computer ready for the football results. And if I take the lights away, I'll never win £1 million. £1 million, my best blouse. I'm going to count to 3, and if those lights aren't in my hand, then I'm going to count to 4. And if the lights aren't still in my hand at 4, then there's no Christmas dinner for you. Well, that was it. I wasn't going to miss me turkey rissoles, beans and chips for anything, not even £1 million. So I had to dismantle my computer before final score. So I never actually did win £1 million. But the next day was Christmas Day, right? And guess what fantastic present my mum gave me? That's right, £1 million. Only joking. She gave me a pair of socks and a new tie, actually. But I did give little Frank a Monopoly set, so at least he got £1 million because he doesn't know that Monopoly money isn't real, because he's only a cardboard puppet. So the moral of the story is, if you want to win £1 million, don't do it near Christmas, or else your mum might ask for the fairy lights back before the results come in. Thank you. Oh, Mull of Timperley, the mist is on the golf course. Brilliant, eh? That's my hit record off my Christmas is really fantastic EP, actually. In fact, a lot of people said, you pinched that Frank off Paul McCartney because he did Mull of Kintyre, didn't he? Well, I'll tell you, I did not actually, because I didn't even know he'd got one out, so there. But anyway, his record wouldn't have been a hit if it wasn't for me, because, did I never tell you about the day I was Paul McCartney? Well, I was up in Scotland, right, staying with my uncle, Angus McSidebottom, and I was doing a bit of that souvenir hunting in them Scottish shops. Have you seen them? They're just like an ordinary shop, except they sell things like snowstorms with a Scotsman inside in a kilt in the snow. Blimey, you wouldn't catch me in a blizzard in a kilt. Hey, I wonder if I have my own tartan. Because they have that, don't they? They all have, like, their own designs. I mean, mine would probably be a sort of purple background with UFO and thistle motif. Yes, that's right. Right, where was I? Oh, yes. So I go in this Scotch shop, right? And I notice on the confectionery counter Highland Fling Strong McMints, right? Special offer, half price, because they've passed the sell date. Now, I'm not a compulsive buyer. In fact, I'm very careful with my money, but a bargain is a bargain. So I made a purchase, right, for my mum, you know, and wishing them up the new, I left the premises. Now, being in show business, I tend to watch my weight and cut down on excessive guzzling, right? Because if you eat too much, you get dead fat like that wrestler Big Daddy, don't you? And then your mum would have to alter all your trousers. But the aroma, which was coming from that bag of McMints, was too much for me. And I thought, oh, what the heck, Frank, you're on holiday, enjoy yourself. And I tipped the whole bag of mints into my mouth in one. Right, you know that planet in space they call the sun? Well, scientists, right, and I include myself amongst that when I say scientists, because I'm a bit of an inventor, right? Well, scientists reckon that it's approximately 1,000,000,000,000,000 times hotter on the sun than it is if you sat in a car on August Bank Holiday Monday with the windows up, the heater on number 10, and a very, very thick polo neck jumper, right? And they do experiments, these scientists, at top secret bases to prove that sort of thing, so they know what they're talking about, right? But hot was not the word I was looking for to describe the ultimate furnace in my mouth. Oh, I screamed while shaking my head. I felt like I'd just tipped 2 million buckets of mustard into my mouth, followed by 57 sacks of curry powder, 102 kilos of Victory V, plus all the bonfires from every November the 5th bonfire for the last 1,000 years, fireworks, sparklers, rip-raps and all. In fact, the feeling in my mouth made the Great Fire of London look like, made it look, oh, I don't know actually, because I wasn't there. But all I could think about was how I was going to cool down my mouth. So I started to panic. What could I use to cool it? Oh, I went shaking my head again. Oh, I know, maybe a 6-pack of 99 ice creams, but obviously, without the chocolate flaking, because as I said, you've got to watch your weight if you're in show business. I mean, can you imagine if Michael Jackson packed his diet in and got dead fat? That would be the end of his show business career for the following reasons. 1. Concert promoters wouldn't allow him on stage, because he'd go through it, wouldn't he? 2. He'd be too fat to get through the doors of the recording studio, so he wouldn't be able to make any new records. And even if he fancied just a career promoting his old records, then he wouldn't be able to drive to the TV studios because the tyres had burst on his Rolls Royce, wouldn't they? And 3, even if he walked to the TV studios, he'd be so out of breath to perform, and his stage clothes wouldn't fit him, and he couldn't even buy any more because he'd have spent all his money on fattening foods. So the moral of the story is, if you're thinking of going into show business as a proper career, watch your weight. Thank you for buying the tape. See you next time. Hey, hold on. Is that the end of the story? Oh, no, I was telling a different story, wasn't I? What was I doing? Oh, yes, that's right. So, I've got these Highland McFling mints in my mouth, right, and my mouth's dead hot, and I'm still going, ooh, and shaking my head, and thinking how I can cool it, and I'm running down the road looking for an ice cream shop, or even an ice cream van, or even one of them ice cream bicycle man things. Have you seen them? What a fantastic idea, eh? They have a bicycle, right, with a box on, full of ice cream. They can just eat it all day long. In fact, if I had one of them, I'd go in that Tour de France thing, and I wouldn't even care if I won or lost, because I could just eat ice cream all day. Brilliant, eh? But then I saw it. A horse's trough. And now, have you seen them? They're like a bath, right, full of water that horses drink out of, because horses can't hold cups in their hand, can they? Anyway, it was full of crystal clear, cool water. Well, I just opened my mouth and I jumped in. Oh, brilliant! Instant relief. So there I was, right, soaking wet, looking in my pocket for my hanky that your mum always tells you to have to make sure so you can dry yourself probably if you jump in a horse's trough. When suddenly, this lady taps me on the shoulder and says, "Oh, I thought it was you. What are you doing out of bed?" I beg your pardon," I said. "The doctor said you've got to stay in bed for the next 10 days. What are you doing up, eh?" "Excuse me, miss, I think you've got me confused with somebody else, actually." "Oh, stop messing about, Paul. And where did you get that pink tie from, eh? What's wrong with the one I bought you for Christmas? Is that off one of your girlfriends, eh?" I don't know who you think you're talking to, miss, but my name's not Paul, and to prove it, I showed her the label in my jacket that my mum sews in all my clothes. Oh, I'm dreadfully sorry, Mr. Sidebottom, she said. I thought you were my husband, Paul McCartney. Hey, I've just had a funny thought, right? Right, imagine the scene. Are you ready? In the blue corner, we have the fantastic wrestling man, Big Daddy. And in the other blue corner, we have the one and only, weighing more than 100 elephants, giant Michael Jackson. Brilliant, eh? Actually, that's not a bad idea, really. I think I'll write Michael Jackson a letter. Where's that paper? Right. Dear Michael Jackson, if you ever get overweight, do not despair. Try being a wrestler. Best regards, Frank Sidebottom. P.S. All you'll need is some snazzy trunks. Brilliant, I'll send him. Oh no, I've not even got his address. Oh, that's no good. Now, where was I? Oh yes, it was Linda McCartney actually. She was out shopping, right, picking up her family allowance, and she'd just come out to the post office, and she caught a glimpse of me from the back, right, running up the street, shaking my head, going, oh, because Paul McCartney does that, doesn't he? Have you seen him do it on the telly? And she'd caught up with me, right, when my hair was wet, remember, in the horse's trot, and it was like down in a fringe, and evidently I looked a dead ringer for Paul McCartney. Anyway, I looked at her as she was about to walk off, right, and I could see something was on her mind. So I grabbed her arm and I said, what's up, Whack? Well, that did it. The floodgates opened and she burst into tears and she started ranting and raving, going, sob, 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 important video, wail, wail, Paul's new single, can't do it, blah, blah, got a cold, sob, sob, won't have a hit, wail, wail, no housekeeping, money next month. Well, I've never seen a grown woman in such a state over nothing before. Well, to cut a long story short, right, and also because we're running out of tape, actually, what it was Paul McCartney had supposed to be making a video that day, right, for his new single, Mull of Kintyre, right, and because he'd been spending so much time in the snow in his kilt, right, he'd got a cold, which meant he'd got to stay in bed, and he couldn't do it, so the video was going to be a flop. Well, I can't stand to see a grown woman cry, right, and seeing as how I look like Paul McCartney, I thought I'd help out, right? But all these years later, you know, when I look back at that video and I see me, because it is me on it, it's not Paul McCartney, I don't remember it like that, actually. I thought we did it in somebody's backyard, as I recall, and I don't remember that Scotch band at all. In fact, my only recollection was the lady next door saying, will you please keep the noise down, Jimmy? Anyway, it must be me on it, because Paul McCartney thanked me after, actually. Well, I didn't actually meet him, you know, because, as I said, he'd got a cold and Linda wouldn't let me in the bedroom. But I waited outside the door and she got a signed photo of him for me, actually. In fact, I've got it somewhere. Where is it? Oh, yes, here it is. I'll read you what it says. Dear Frank, thanks for standing in for me on Mull of Kintyre video. Cheers, mate. It would never have been a hit without you. Best regards, Paul McCartney. P.S. If you get a spare moment, could you write me a song for my next LP, as I'm one short? Thank you. So, listeners, there you have it. I was Paul McCartney for the day. Brilliant, eh? And the moral of this whole story is, when your mum next says to you, make sure you've got a hanky in case you stick your head in one of them horses' troughs, tell her to, just tell her anything that makes her happy, right? And who knows, you too could be Paul McCartney for the day. Right, I suppose I better write that song for him now for his new LP. Right, let's just try this. Right. My name is Paul McCartney, and people say it's funny writing love songs when they make lots of money. Yes, I think that'll do. He'll like that a lot. Thank you. Well, that's another fantastic tale, written with my fabulous pen. Oh, I think you will all agree that I tell a fantastic story. I hope you will buy volume 3, but after volume 2, which I've not done yet, but I hope I will soon, when I've got some more tape. Thank you.
Oh, what a load of rubbish that was. Anyway, there is some tape left, so I'm going to fill it up with some handy hints on keeping your tapes in perfect condition, because you have to do that, you know. And number one is, whenever you finish listening to a cassette, make sure that